everything we know about Xeroc. At least I think. If I missed anything, let me know. Disclaimer, this is Nameless Deity from Wrath of the Gods mod. As good a mod as it is, it's not canon, and I won't be talking about it. Uh, so for starters, things that Xeroc for sure did. So, Xeroc was a monk who served under the Dragon King Zeratos, and when the Moon Lord weakened Zeratos, Xeroc took the opportunity to absorb the Orc Soul, making Xeroc the first god, and, that ended up leading to the genocide of the dragons and the lead of the Draconic era. And Yerim says that this makes him the traitor without equal. Now, Xeroc wields this thing called the Primordial Light, which is kind of vague, but we have some clues as to what it sort of is. Because it's a source of power for a lot of the gods, and previously the dragons. And only Xeroc and Daytime Empress of Light can wield it directly. It banishes the Eternal Night Beyond, whatever that happens to mean. And Xeroc uses fragments of the Primordial Light to make stronger versions of previous bosses for your boss rush. And we can conclude that this is probably Xeroc's strongest power, or probably his source of power. Now, the Terminus is interesting because it's an artifact that was probably created by Xeroc, but was also sunk to the deepest depths of the abyss by Xeroc to prevent it from ever being used again. Which implies that it has been used before, and granted, it's able to provide boundless power, or at least used to be, which is interesting. He also says that you aren't the first to retrieve the Terminus, but you are the first mortal to do so, which is interesting. And something else interesting is, even though the Terminus is drained of its power, it still is able to attract the attention of Xeroc himself, and he's basically the god at this point. Which begs the question, what was this artifact? And the answer is, I don't know. If you have any idea, leave a comment or something. Now, the rock is kind of the eternal bane of my sanity, because this begs so many questions. Because upon beating boss rush mode, Xeroc says that we're not yet worthy enough to receive his proposal, so we get the rock as a consolation prize. And Xeroc says he's kept this as a keepsake, which, he is a god, why would he need a keepsake? It's carved out of the Dragon's Eyrie itself, which is the place where the dragons would go to be reborn back in the Draconic era. And the tooltip of the rock says, when the battle was finally over, the dust having just begun to settle, where even the stone refused the course of time, there sat a monk who dared to question history and stare into fate. What is the true price of the past, being ever eternal? Why must our future forever haunt us? Now, obviously, the place where stone refused the course of time is probably referring to the Dragon's Eyrie, and there sat a monk who dared to question history and stare into fate is going to be Xeroc. But this is kind of implying that there was some deeper motive for Xeroc taking Zeratos' soul, which does raise a lot of questions, but there's nothing that we can really definitively conclude from this. The main questions here are, why did he carve this rock out of the Eyrie? Why has he kept it all of this time? And what does any of this mean? Also, what the hell was his proposal? Well, we don't really have that much to go on. It's 100% related to your strength, as that's what he evaluates in Boss Rush. And he acknowledges that you might be the world's strongest fighter, but you don't have enough power. And, maybe defeating Yerim will make us worthy. Maybe this is a thing where when Yerim gets added, then we can progress further. And what is the proposal anyway? I suppose we can't really know. Add it to the list. Let me know if I missed anything important. Like, seriously, I would really like to know. But yeah, that's it.